who's going to be raking in medals in Beijing, and who are going to be some of the surprises that you might not see coming. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Halligan. It's time for Olympic predictions, and I've been promising this video since the beginning of the season, so here you go. Hold on, we need to make a deal here. If any of these picks end up being correct, you need to hit that subscribe button. I work hard, slaving away, following Biathlon. It's a hard job, and coming up with these picks are not easy. So if I can pick any of these correct, can I earn your subscription? Great. Let's jump into it.
All right, so my pick for breakthrough athlete in Beijing is actually Kristina Radzova. Now, Kristina started off the season pretty conservative, wasn't making any splashes on the World Cup, but then all of a sudden, she figured it out. Her ski speed jumped way up. Her shooting is still pretty consistent from what she's done in the past, and on days where she shoots well, she has really competitive results. Now, Radzova actually reminds me a lot of Lisa Teresa Hauser before she became the Hauser that we know today. Radzova is right on that cusp. She's in that 5 to 15 range where she's within striking distance of the podium. It just hasn't come together yet. So if things keep going Radzova's way and she gets a little bit lucky in Beijing, I could see her on the podium and earning her first ever podium on the World Cup stage at the Olympics.
All right, my pick for breakthrough male biathlete in Beijing is going to be Tero Seppälä from Finland. Unless you've been following the Biathlon World Cup super closely this year, this name might seem a little bit unfamiliar to you, but hear me out on the case for Seppälä. The Finn is showing some pretty impressive improvement this year over last season. For example, his ski speed is up 0.7% over last year, and his shooting percentage is up an incredible 6% from last season. He's posted a few clean performances as well as a few not so stellar performances. But one trend that is noticeable is his ski speed. Over the last few years, it's been slowly and steadily increasing, and that has also been reflected in his results. Tero has even been knocking on the door of the podium. So if he can put everything together on the right day and with a little bit of luck, do not be surprised to see Tero Seppälä standing on the podium in Beijing. Real quick, head on over to enjoywinter.com and use the code Brian Halligan, all caps, no spaces, at checkout for 10% off. And it's not just Blizz sunglasses. I just promote them because I have a million pairs of them. It's poles, it's wax, it's face tape, it's even slippers. If you are a Nordy or a biathloner, get your gear at enjoywinter.com because not only do you save 10% on your order, but it also helps the channel. It's a win-win, and winning is fun. And I'll even leave a link in the description down below for those who are too lazy to type in the URL like myself. All right, my pick for dominant woman is Marta Olsbu Roislund from Norway. She's among the fastest skiers, among the best shooters, just very well-rounded athlete, and she's earned every single yellow bib that she's worn. But the thing about Roislund that makes her my pick for the dominant athlete in Beijing is her track record of stepping it up at major events. And my case in point is Anholt's 2020. Roislund won a medal in every single race at the World Championships in 2020, and of those 7 races, 5 of them were gold medals. Roislund's shown on the World Cup this year that she's been in pretty good shape, so going into the Olympics, I think everyone else is going to be competing for silver. Okay, dominant male of the Beijing Olympics, I'm going to go with Quentin Fillon-Maillet. And now you might think, wow, Brian, that's a cop-out. You just picked the 2 overall leaders to be the dominant people in Beijing, but hear me out here. The men's field is pretty stacked. Anyone who's currently ranked in the top 10, I feel has a chance to have a huge medal haul in Beijing. So it was kind of hard to pick Fillon-Maillet as the person who's going to dominate Beijing. In talking to some French athletes recently and getting to know a little bit more about Fillon-Maillet's personality, reports are that Fillon-Maillet loves the spotlight, and in the last couple of years, he's been sort of overshadowed by Martin Fourcade. And now we've seen this since Fourcade is retired. Fillon-Maillet has really stepped it up in the French team and filled that gap that Fourcade left when he retired. The Olympics have been known to break some athletes. Just the pressure, the media attention, just everything involved has been known to make some of the most elite athletes crumble under the pressure. So if Fillon-Maillet really does enjoy the pressure and there's no Martin Fourcade this year to steal the show, look for Fillon-Maillet to step up in Beijing and take home a bunch of medals. All right, breakthrough women's team of the Beijing Olympics, I'm going to go with Belarus. And now you might be asking yourself, the team that is the defending Olympic women's relay champions, how can they be the breakthrough team? Well, after their superstar Daria Domracheva retired, the team was just decimated. Their results went down, their performances went down, but over the last few years, they've been slowly grinding back to the front of the field, and this year they've shown a lot of promise and have even twice placed on the podium in the relays. They've had a really good crew of young athletes coming through the pipeline, and now in the last couple weeks they've shown that they are ready to perform. And while it seemed like there might be one or two Belarusian women that were really taking the charge for the team, in the last couple of weeks we've even seen the 3 and 4 spots step up. The Belarusian team has been trending upward the last few seasons, and I think they're putting themselves in a great position to defend their title in the women's relay. And so for that reason, I'm going to put Belarus as the breakthrough team in Beijing. Now for the breakthrough men's team, I'm also going to go with Belarus. Who would have thought that Belarus men's team was having such a good season, but suddenly, there they are. The Belarusian men have not podiumed in a relay in 16 years, and then suddenly third place in group holding a few weeks ago. Led by Anton Samolsky, the Belarusian men have been having some really good results in the last couple weeks. As a team, the shooting percentage is trending up, the skiing percentage is trending up. The Belarusian men are on the hunt to be the breakthrough performers in Beijing. All right, and now time for the dominant women's team. I'm going with Sweden as the team that is just going to take home all the medals. Led by the Oiberg sisters, Team Sweden has been strong all season. Hanna, the older Oiberg, had breakthrough performances back in Pyeongchang, and since then she has been one of the favorites on the Biathlon World Cup. And younger sister Elvira, incredibly, has just been the fastest skier on the tracks this year. And reports are telling me that she's not even shooting what she's capable of. If she can put the two together, expect both of them to continue their dominance this year. But a team can't be dominant with two people alone. So looking at the rest of the team, Lynn Pearson is having a career year, currently ranked 21st and having some really strong performances, while Mona Brorson finished the season off in 4th place in the individual globe hunt. 4th place! Didn't even see her coming. But just consider this. Anna Magnusson from Sweden is currently ranked 25th in the world, and she may not get a start spot in Beijing because her teammates are that good. Now finally, the dominant men's team. There's 3 teams right now that are very close in the Nations Cup, but I'm going to go with Norway as the team that is going to clean up in Beijing. Now, I know that Norway's golden boy Johannes Tingesbo is off to a slow start this season, and too often we equate Norway's success with his individual success, but you gotta look at the team as a whole. Last year, 4 of the top 5 men in the overall standings were Norwegian, and this year, even with their slow start, they have 4 in the top 7. So they are still the team to beat for men's biathlon. And one interesting thing to note, as a team, the Norwegian men are actually shooting way better than they were last year. So even though compared to last year their results are a little bit flat, their shooting is actually way up, and I'm talking 7% up as a team. Now, all season, everyone's been saying that their goal is to train and peak in Beijing. So if their training plan comes to fruition and the Norwegians can get back to being some of the fastest on the track like they have been in the past, and they can continue this really good shooting that they got going on right now, good luck to everybody else out there. All right, so how'd I do? Let me know in the comments down below. Am I spot on or am I way off? But I know one thing, when you're coming back here to hit that subscribe button because I hit the predictions perfectly, you can click this link right here and that'll help you subscribe. If you want to go back and see my predictions for the season, check this video right here and you can go back and see what my predictions were for the season and how they're panning out. Spoiler alert, some of them are not good.